I think in the preseason, you can make the case as one of the top showdowns in the SEC. Could have division implications here, but not anymore. Florida at Texas A&M. Aggies favored by 3.5. Game kicks off at noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central on ESPN right after College Game Day. The over-under, Shane, is 56 points. And this, I realize the seasons have not gone the way they wanted for either team, but this is going to be an exciting, fun game. I really do think they both desperately need a win. Who gets it, Shane?
Oh, man. So many games were I tried to decide if I was going to Morristown Honda them, and I went around and, there's the Missouri game, not confident. I really am not. The Missouri-Kentucky game, I could see that playing either way. I could see the South Carolina-Vanderbilt game going either way, and this one I think was the toughest for me to pick because I feel like Texas A&M turned a leaf last week, and I feel like there's a little spark, there's a little momentum here, there's a little, a little gusto, and I think that builds into this week and could grow and be something. Close out the season, go to a bowl game, move on, create a new season. I feel like that's what Texas A&M. They just want to put all that stuff behind them. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I tried to put behind me was saying I would never gamble on them Aggies again because I've lost so much money. And it's tough for me to go against it. I can't. I keep looking at all that in the rearview mirror. I look at Florida. There's a lot of fight in this team. I thought, Anthony Richardson, big stage, does well. I felt like there were some opportunities last week, even against the Georgia Bulldogs, where they showed that they can move the ball. This can be a fun offense. The defense did just enough, a couple of turnovers. Can they continue that with the Aggies? I'm not convinced that Texas A&M is ever going to win a game again, and not because they don't deserve it, not because they're not talented, but there is some sort of bad mojo, or what do you call that? Just something. There's something cooking down there, and somebody made a deal with the devil. I don't know who it was, but until that thing breaks, I'm not putting any money on the Aggies. So Morristown Honda, game of the week. I've got. Oh, shit. My eyes ain't like they used to be. Florida, 28. Texas A&M, 27.
Oh, man.
Miss an extra point.
That would be expected from these two, no doubt, the way they've been playing, Shane.
Is that crazy for me?
No.
Even just now in this drunken ramble that I'm in, I'm still trying to convince myself that was a good pick to pick Florida. And I'm not 100% sold on it because I really do think that they're playing better, but their defense has gotten worse. And if that continues to happen, I feel like Florida's going to have the last possession here.
Right. Well, how about this, Shane? I was thinking about this. Going up against Georgia last week, elite defense, and they found success. Not a ton, but they found success. It's going to be easier from here on out. So if you're able to hit Georgia on some big plays, particularly the massive touchdown there to Henderson, you got to believe they can hit these on A&M and South Carolina and whoever else they play, because no one's going to have that defense they just faced. Now, they didn't just run through them by any means, but that is what Florida can do to Texas A&M. Yeah. One of the best rushing attacks, not only in the SEC, but the country, whereas A&M, very average to poor running defense. Now, the same is true the other way, though. A&M, good rushing attack. Florida, horrible rushing defense. So this could be I don't want to say a low-scoring game, but I think they're both going to lean on the ground game, which will eat up the clock, limit possessions. Connor Wigman starting to heat up. This is a must win for Jimbo and company at home against year one Billy Napier. No excuses to lose this game. I do like some of the talent that's emerging at A&M, particularly Evan Stewart and Donovan Green, and we've got some defensive linemen now stepping up like Walter Nolan and things like that. So I think A&M does get the win, Shane, but it's not by much. I like Florida to cover in this ball game, but it's always dangerous. Whenever I pick Anthony Richardson to do something great, he's terrible. Whenever I pick against him, he's amazing. So
Yeah.
if Richardson shows up, you're going to be right, Shane. Florida's going to win this game, but I like it. A&M 27, Florida 24. So very, very slim margin. But again, that's enough to get Florida the cover in College Station.
I don't know, too, if you noticed this, and it's not all quarterbacks, but sometimes when you got a new quarterback, they do well the first week. And why? Because there's no tape out there. Now, there was some things that he was able to be very productive in last week, and I thought, I still think they picked the right quarterback. But when you break the tape down, which that's what Napier and company have done, they're going to find little things where he made mistakes, and they're going to capitalize on that. So sometimes those freshman quarterback, I think we just talked about Swan. Swan came out, had that freaking amazing game, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, it's not the same guy. So there's ebbs and flows. But again, I think that he's going to come down to earth a little bit this week, and there's room to build. That's going to make him a better quarterback. But that's just kind of my thoughts too. Is that I think Florida is going to have some stuff dialed up for him.
Now we got two top